Well, welcome back to Doug and Drivers. I'm pretty excited about this conversation because I really haven't had a lot of time to talk to Scott McLaughlin about last year, and so many epic things happened to this amazingly talented driver last year. Scott, I'm going to start right with the thing that's most important. You win the pole at the Indianapolis 500 in the fastest pole qualifying speed in history. Did you have any idea going into the month of May that that could be you?
Well, like my teammate Will was pretty confident, and I was a little nervous of that, but I for sure felt like, we had a better chance, but you just don't know until you drop on the track. And the first practice day, I put up a pretty big time in the toe, mind you, and I was like, it could be pretty good. And then, it so happened, we got into the Fast 12, first time in the Fast 12 at the Speedway, and then to get in the Fast 6 was really cool as well. And it's just a full credit to the team. Like they did an unreal job over the Offseason to give us the tools that we needed. And then to lock out the front row was a dream come true for the captain and something that was really special to be a part of. But I'll never forget that first lap. The time came on the dash, and I'm like, just don't drop it. Don't drop it. So that was the biggest thing.
So you qualify on Saturday to get in the Fast 12, and then once you're in the Fast 12, you got to get in the Fast 6. Does the pressure mount each time you go back out?
That's a good question. I feel like it does mount for sure, but the process doesn't really change too much, and you just get so used to the process. From when you start on Fast Friday with the extra boost, you really do the same run as many times as you can within reason. And, you just have that same process. You might change a couple of little different things, but, thankfully the car felt pretty good and I was able to nail a decent lap. But I thought our biggest run of that day or that weekend was our Fast 12 run. The ability for me to be last out in the Fast 6 and have the best probably track temps, run after my teammates and have an idea of what the track's like for balance, and ultimately that worked out.
So how precise are each of those laps in terms of your turn-in and your apex and your exit points?
It's like no other. Like honestly, the 4 laps it's a lot of fun, but it also feels completely insane. And the hard thing with the Fast 6 that I found out during the session was the way that the grandstand at turn 1 especially covers turn 1 or half of turn 1. So you turn in there and the track's a little bit cool in one area, and then the exit of the corner is hotter and looser. So the car, you had to really balance for each end of that corner specifically, and then you're thinking of the track the whole way around. I learned a lot from Rick Mears, Simon Pagenaud, the people that have taken me under their wing for many years, and that was all for them.
So do you remember the first interaction with Roger after getting that pole?
Yeah, it was. I just said to him, "Now we go to Sunday." He was pumped. I think he was pumped, just the top 3 in the front row. But I always say to everyone, I've said it to everyone, the whole content day. It's for me, it's I picked the wrong Sunday. I've got to peak at the right Sunday. So if I have to be third, look, pole's a great thing. I love being on pole, but I just want to be good on the next Sunday.
So you're on pole. It's race day. It rains. What'd you do during the delay?
I played cards. I played PlayStation. I was in my bus. The weather was terrible, so I had about a bunch of people in there with me hanging out, but I had my own spot as well. But it was a fun way to get going. But I woke up in the morning. I looked at my wife. I said, I'm going to be waiting all day to start this race, and I couldn't imagine what you were going through. But what was really special to me was I thought, oh man, I'm going to get my first pole in Indy, and I'm going to roll out of turn 2, and I'm not going to see many people, and it's just going to be different, right? I rolled out there, and it didn't look any different to what it would have looked at 12 o'clock,
right.
And that's what special, people left the facility, left.
They had to.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah.
And they come back.
Yep.
And that's what's magical about this place is the people.
Yep.
It's the fans. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera. I said to my family after, what was so cool was the warm-up lap.
Yep.
And seeing the people come back and support us.
I've said this to a few other drivers. It's my favorite moment. I get a chance to drive one of those event cars at the start, right? So the first 2 laps, and I'm actually in the first one. And when I come around turn 2 every year, and you look to the left, because there's no grandstands on the right down the backstretch, but the spectator mound for the first time all month is just
Chockers.
Packed.
Yep.
And I thought the same thing, right? You get in there, and it's going to be, this is going to be a bummer, and they're going to be big. And it was like, oh my gosh, everybody came back.
I couldn't believe it. That was always for me is turn 2, is seeing the people and the color. Because you got the grey bleachers all week or all month, and it was awesome, and something I'll never forget.
So coming out of turn 4, coming to the green flag, what goes through your head? Do you think differently? Because you're in control, and it's you got to decide when we're going.
Yeah, and you don't really practice the start,
Right.
compared to any other racetrack. I'm going early, and if they penalise me or they call the start off, they will, but they won't because we've got to go. Yeah, so I just went. But I thought about that start for a week. Yeah, I was very nervous, but ultimately worked out all right.
So, that's a super cool moment, but another cool moment happens later in the year. You officially, in your words, became an IndyCar driver.
Yeah.
Because you won on an oval.
Yeah.
How important was that for you to get that oval win?
Oh, huge. I've been close, but I was close in Texas when I didn't really know how to drive an oval, and I feel like I worked really hard on my craft to be better and understand it. Restarts, starts, pit stops, all that stuff. And yeah, that was a really special moment, regardless, and then to back it up at Milwaukee and do it again, I really feel like, I got a really good understanding of the racetracks, the ovals, and what the car feels like and what I want from it. It takes time, and I know there's a lot of rookies in this field that are coming in, and you think you're on top of things, but then something will get thrown at you during the race, and it's just hard to combat that without experience. And that's why guys like Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, and Scott Dixon, all these guys are super good on ovals. And you see someone like an Alex Palou that's like, he's very good on an oval, but hasn't won because you're just trying to find that last little bit, and you need everything going 245 mile an hour.
So do those oval wins help you, give you more confidence? How does that set you up for May this year?
I think, just a lot more confident. I know I can do it, and that's a really special thing. And you knew you could do it beforehand, but I think just having the solidification that, all right, we've won. We've won on an oval. That monkey's off my back. Forever I thought maybe Indy might be my first oval win, and then I've won on an oval, so I'm all right, that's out of the way. It's time to win Indy. And, I'm super, super motivated, and that's the one I want to win out of everything.
Most important thing that happened to you in the off season? I know the answer.
Yeah, one. Had a baby girl. So yeah, my wife. October 10, never forget it. Yeah, beautiful baby girl, Lucy. So I've treasured being at home the last 3 months. My life's going to get pretty hectic here in the next little bit, especially the start of the season. But she'll be at St. Pete hopefully, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere you talking about how that you couldn't have picked the timing any better just because you've been able to spend time.
Yeah, and look, it was. That wasn't planned. It was just how it happened. And I'm super just grateful for that time. And I think I will be forever, just to have those 3 months, first child with my wife just at home. And it was nice. And I feel like refreshed because I'm coming into here. I'm excited for content day. I'm excited for photos. I'm excited to get back to the racetrack. And it's nice. You're not spent before it even starts.
There you have it, folks. Scott McLaughlin, one of the most competitive guys on the NTT IndyCar circuit, pole sitter in last year's Indianapolis 500. There's one other thing he wants, and that's to be in victory lane on May 25th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.